Hello everyone, welcome back to another 1v1 battle. This is going to be a Vanguard deployed Dwarven army led by Grom Brindle. We have two Slayers back here that do not Vanguard deploy, facing off against the Empire. And this would have been perfect had I deployed right here instead of right here, because they would have been in range of all my stuff. But I was thinking that, it's the Empire, so they were probably going to camp on a hill with a cannon up here, so that's why I deployed over here. But no, they actually didn't bring any artillery at all. But let me go over these armies. I'm just so upset that... anyway. We have a front line of 4 normal miners, and behind them we have the Ekron miners, the Norgrimling Ironbreakers, and then three additional miners with blasting charges, 1 here and then 2 on the flank. We also have 2 rangers and then 3 rangers with great weapons, which is a lot of range for me. And then again, Grom Brindle, and then 2 Dragonback Slayers. The Empire player has 2 Reiksguard, 2 swordsmen, 1 on each flank, 3 great swords, a Jade Wizard, Karl Franz himself, and then 3 handgunners. And they are going to be responding to my Vanguard deployment here very shortly, and they are going to redeploy their army like this. Maybe like this, I can't remember. And I'm just going to charge in. We're going to try and get their units in range of my rangers. I want to try and start shooting at their handgunners. And also I am running up our Slayers and Grumbrindle because, well, there's no reason for them to sit back there. And again, this would have been perfect because my miners with blasting charges and my Ironbreakers, they would have been in range of the handgunners in a matter of moments with this deployment. And then, of course, the crossbows would have been in range at the very beginning of the battle. It would have been beautiful to have the battle start, and the enemy player already has, like, hundreds of sapphire charges being thrown at the rifles. That would have been perfect. And I would have just laughed maniacally. But no. Unfortunately, they have time to pull back, withdraw. And since they did that, I am, instead of just charging, I'm going to actually use our range advantage with the rangers here because they are crossbows, so they have a higher range than rifles. So I'm going to just start, handgunners. So I'm going to start shooting into their ranks to try and weaken their forces. Meanwhile, the Reiksguard are going to be coming around like this, and I'm going to intercept them with this group of Slayers. And Grom Brindle is still running up. For some reason, he's walking and not running. Yeah, we get a couple shots into these handgunners, then I'm going to pull back our army a little bit more, because their handgunners have stopped and I want to stay out of the range, and then we're going to start shooting at them again. And again, the Reiksguard are coming around this way, and then the other Reiksguard is going to eventually be coming around this way, but a little bit later. So they're going to go charging into our miners. We're going to get some sapphire charges in on them, and of course the Slayers are getting in there. I'm going to start trying, I think... Oh, I was going to throw our axes over there, but I decided to instead have the Rangers target these greatswords because they're greatswords, so I really want them to die. And I was thinking that these Reiksguard were going to be handled by the Slayers over here. Not entirely accurate, but we'll get to that here in a bit. I'm going to pull back my crossbows because we're getting charged with great swords. We're going to intercept with the miners while we're just going to be throwing our staff charges with the Ekron miners, the Norgrim, the Ironbreakers, and then these miners over here. Trying to do as much damage as we can, and then the Rangers are going to throw some of their axes, but they are going to get charged by this Reiksguard because they got freed of a miner and the Slayers. So I'm going to run my second group of Slayers in here to try and kill them. Meanwhile, the rifles are staying back here, and they're going to be getting a lot of good shots on our front line of miners back here. There's not much I can do about it right now because I have Reiksguard right here, but I am trying to get our crossbows in this little pocket right here. But then the General of the Empire, I'm sorry, not the General of the Empire, but Karl Franz is going to be charging up here soon. And then here comes the second Reiksguard. I'm going to try and intercept them with the miners with blasting charges. I'm going to be moving these guys up a little bit to try and get them protected. But the Reiksguard are going to be getting into my Rangers with great weapons because I'm too late on the orders. I was too late seeing them coming in. Meanwhile, our front line of miners, all 4 of them, are basically dead to the great swords because they are great swords. That's okay because we have more miners behind them. These ones have blasting charges, but they have already expelled all of those, so now they're going to be holding the great swords. And now you can see this is a problem. Having 3 riflemen firing to the center of your line is a problem. Having a General of the Empire on your Rangers with great weapons is a problem because you need to kill him with your Rangers. You can focus him down really quickly, but not if he's actually in your ranks and killing you and terrifying your army. So right now, my 2 Slayers are intermixed in this group to try and kill these Reiksguard and also trying to bring down the General of the Empire. My crossbowmen are still trying to get free of these Reiksguard as well, just so they can fire into the handgunners, which is causing me much grief right now. Rest of my army, the Norgrim Ironbreakers, are holding off this group of greatswords along with these miners, but a lot of my other miners, even the ones with blasted charges, are taking so much damage, so they are currently routing. They will come back though, which is, good for me. Meanwhile, both of my Slayers, along with Grom Brindle, is going to be going into Karl Franz. My Rangers, the 3 of them are great weapons. They did take a lot of damage, but they are going to be coming back from routing. And I'm going to have them throwing their axes into into Karl Franz, which I now nailed with the Flash Bomb, which is going to lower his speed and melee defense. So we're going to try and focus him down at this point. Still trying to get my crossbows clear. Now on the way moving out, I think they had enemy in the rear penalties to their leadership. That's going to actually break them, but they're going to come back about right there or so. Ekron Miner's doing what they can against this greatsword. They're actually doing pretty well considering it's a greatsword, but the greatsword was also heavily damaged by other units before they even got into the battle. And here you can see we are going to bring down the great Karl Franz with Grom Brindle, the Ironbreaker, the Dragonback Slayers, normal Slayers, and then our Rangers with great weapons. But my army is kind of in tatters at this point. They still have leadership with the Jade Wizard. They still have 3 riflemen who are currently firing at, I'm not even sure, but they were moving up. So I'm actually going to be flanking them with these miners who came back from routing. I want to flank them right here, and I'm going to run my Slayers right up the middle because they're my fast units, so I'm going to try and get them into the handgunners over there. And for some reason, I don't know who they're firing at. Maybe my crossbows or like my Rangers? I'm not entirely sure, but I wasn't questioning it, so if they're going to run towards my Slayers, I'm like, okay, that's good for me. So we're just going to charge them there. We're going to get our miners over behind them here, and then we're just going to start throwing into them with the Rangers with great weapons, and then our crossbows, and then these Rangers are going to assist Grom Brindle against these great swords, because Grom Brindle will take a lot of damage from great sword units. But we are going to make them rout here soon. My Ironbreaker is still throwing what staff charges they have left into the Rifleman, which is doing a massive amount of damage, and our Slayers, actually, it's probably doing a lot of damage to our Slayers as well. But Slayers and the Ekron Miners, what's left of them, are going to get into these handgunners because, again, the enemy left them on... they didn't have them on guard mode, and they were attacking whatever unit was withdrawing from the field, so it was kind of pulling them closer to the front line. That happens. You got to be really careful, and I would suggest... if you're not really good with microing, which I am not that great, you would put your riflemen, your ranged units on guard mode. That way, when a unit is running out of their range, if you don't want your ranged units to follow them, if they're on guard mode, they will sit still, and they won't, leave formation or whatever. But anyway, the Reichsguard, one of the only ones left, I believe, at this point, is going to come back into this battle. I think they're going to charge my Rangers, but the thing is I have so many Rangers here, we're just going to start throwing into them with the crossbows, and then with the axes, we're going to try to run interference with these miners with blasting charges, and we're going to be able to kill them. They are going to get a quick charge off, though, on my Rangers, but they will rout pretty soon. Jade Witch just kind of overwatching the battle over here, and we are chasing off the rifles and greatswords over here with my miners, and then the 2 Dragonback Slayers, and then we were chasing this group of handgunners off, but they are going to break, so I'm going to move these units, I think... over and then around over here. So the only units left right now is going to be the Swordsman, this Great Swordsman, and then the Jade Wizard, because we're about to break these Great Swords once again with the Norcoming's Ironbreakers and then these Rangers with great weapons. As we were continuing to focus down the Reichsguard, you can see now they are going to run away. Crombiddle ran over there to assist them. More satchel charges. In fact, the last satchel charge is being thrown from the Norcoming Ironbreakers, who are still basically untouched, and they have fought great swords throughout this battle, here and there. So we're going to do one more charge with the Norcoming Ironbreakers, supporting them with what ammo is left of our Rangers as they're getting hit by the, I forget what that spell is called, but it's from the Jade Wizard. Obviously, it's the only wizard in the game. And we are going to rout these great swords, and then we're going to go after this group of swordsmen afterwards. Meantime, here's when I'm pulling back half of our forces back to join the rest of us over here. And then these guys are just going to continually chase the handgunners. I do not want them coming back from routing because they will cause me much problems. Many problems. But you can see they have most of their ammunition left, so we're just going to continually chase them off the field with our Dragonback Slayers. And then eventually I'm going to pull back my Ekron Miners, I think. But there goes the group of greatswords. They have been routed off the field. Jade Wizard is now joining what units they have remaining. And as our Norcoming Ironbreakers is going to be charging this group of swordsmen, and they are going to be routing. We can kind of fast forward at this point a little bit. We're going to march up with most of our forces. Again, some of them are out here chasing off routing units. And I'm going to try and get these greatswords in range of our crossbows who are still alive and still have some ammunition left, as well as our Rangers who have like one more good throw in them. So we're going to try and kill these greatswords. They're going to start running away. And then the enemy is going to charge in with their Jade Wizard into this group of miners. So I'm going to, of course, pounce on the Jade Wizard. We're going to try and throw some axes, and I think we're going to have the crossbowmen firing that way as well. Going to be running Grom Brindle over there. We're popping his buff, one of his legendary items that gives him more speed and charge bonus. So he's going to be getting in there. As our Ironbreakers are dealing with the swordsmen, and they are going to do a massive rout. It was looking a little iffy there in the middle when the two Reichsguard were basically crushing all of my ranged units. It was looking very iffy, but when we caught Karl Franz with the blinding grenade and all of our rangers came back and were able to just throw their axes into his face and focus him down, that's when I was like, okay, we have a chance. If Karl was able to make it out of that engagement, heal up with the Jade Wizard, and still be alive towards the end of that battle, I think we maybe could have died. Not even joking. Like, Karl Franz is very strong, especially when you back him up with the healer. But I got lucky there. We caught him with the grenade and slowed him down and killed him. So, whew. Because it was looking pretty dicey at that point. But again, good game to my opponent, Candyman Cody. Good game, Candyman Cody. Let's see. Grombrindle, 30 kills is not bad. My miners absorbed the charge of a lot of greatswords and died well. The miners behind them got some decent kills with their satchel charges, but they also died. Ekron miners got 50 kills against greatswords and probably some swordsmen too, and actually I think also some riflemen there at the end. They're an okay unit. You know, a frenzying dwarf is just cool, so I like them. The Slayers did an excellent job in every task I gave them. Norgriming Ironbreakers, an amazing unit, 120 kills, tanking greatswords and I guess swordsmen. Pretty good. And then again, my ranged component kind of got crushed a little bit, but they still managed to help me out there throughout the battle. For Candyman Cody, 26 kills on Karl Franz. They're great swordsmen, even though I was trying to focus them down with a bunch of satchel charges. They can weather the satchel charges a lot more than swordsmen can, of course, because they have the higher armor, and damn, they cleaved through a lot of dwarves. The handgunners was the one miss micro. I guess you can maybe say Karl Franz was, but Karl Franz just got slowed down and focused down, so that was not necessarily Mr. Micro, just I had the ability to shut him down. But the handgunners, though, chasing, I assume one of my rangers, because they were routing, and continuing to chase them to try and shoot them was kind of just the one big Mr. Micro. If these guys had stayed back and was shooting my miners and anything that was chasing them across the field at their full max range, we may have still won, but I definitely would have been, it would have been a much closer game. So that was the one big miss micro on my enemy's part. Good job with the Reichsguard, though. The Reichsguard nearly destroyed all of my range. So very good job there. But again, good game to Candyman Cody. Hope you enjoyed the Vanguard Minor Ranger build. And let's go watch a cinematic view. And it could have been, oh, so close. It was so close to being perfect. If I had just deployed, like, a little bit to the left. Because, like, look at this ranges. Like, look at these ranges. So this range, okay, so like the miners with the satchel charges would have a range of like right here-ish at the very beginning of the game. All I would have to do is move up a little bit, and then boom, you have satchel charges in their face. Meanwhile, the crossbows and the rangers would be throwing their stuff. Man, could you imagine, as the enemy player, if you just had an entire dwarf army right here in your face? Because you're expecting me to be like back here with cannons and shit. And then, oh man, that would have been beautiful. Would have been beautiful. I'm so upset that I forgot to even lower my controls for cinematic camera. It would have been a beautiful sight within mere seconds. I mean, their riflemen would have been firing immediately, but still, like, I would have been countering them with satchel charges, throwing right into the face, and the entire line would be blowing up. Can you imagine? Oh, the carnage. Yeah, I said carnage like carnage. What? You got a problem with it? Actually, let's fast forward here a little bit. Because not much is happening as the armies are getting into formation. It was so close to being a beautiful sight. Will do. Oops. I almost brought the Bugman Rangers. Don't use them often.
Get that old stone planted and get drinking.
Rangers look so cool. Those capes, man. It's all about the capes. All the satchel charges. So much friendly fire. That's okay. Dwarves can weather it. Okay, that one probably hurt though, because they're thrown into Slayers and Rangers. Jeez. The satchel charges look so cool though. And there goes that blind grenade. There come the axes.
Bring utter ruin on them all.
Goodbye, Karl Franz. Ooh, axe to the back of the head. More satchel charges. Casual Dragonback Slayers walking. There we go. Hold those axes high, lads. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt some Slayers.
The enemy wish to hit us in the rear. No honor.
No honor. You tell him, dwarves. You tell him. Good old Grombrindle.
Brace yourselves! Destroy it!
They knocked them all over. That's a pretty good charge. Grombrindle kills everything he hits.
All magic users are wazzocks.
Yes, they are. All of them Wazzicks. Brave humans. Dead humans. Gonna fast forward a little bit.
We are mere men. What a thing to fear! Us, I say! We are Sigma's heirs! They are Sigma's foes! Land of gods! Keep clear! The gods have abandoned us!
That's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed some Vanguard minor build. I will see you all next time. Take care.